Call me on my cell phone. Now they always say congratulations. Suicide if you ever try to let go. I'm sad, I know, yeah, I'm sad, I know.
J'ai l'air essoufflé, même si j'ai tout fait. J'ai tout, ferai jamais dans ma vie.
Ah, il aurait pu, je t'aime. Oh, 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 à la folie. Oh, oh, oh. Bitch, we in the city on that hot shit. Looking for a biddy on that hot shit. Hey! Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot bar. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
My lady, come, my lady, you're my butterfly.
Je voulais rester à la cité, mon père m'a dit All eyes on me.
This is America. Don't get you. Call me on my cell phone. Now they always say congratulations. Suicide if you ever try to let go. I'm sad, I know, yeah, I'm sad, I know.
J'ai l'air essoufflé, même si j'ai tout fait. J'ai tout, ferai jamais dans ma vie.
Ah, il aurait pu, je t'aime. Oh, 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 à la folie. Oh, oh, oh. Bitch, we in the city on that hot shit. Looking for a biddy on that hot shit. Hey! Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot bar. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
My lady, come, my lady, you're my butterfly.
Je voulais rester à la cité, mon père m'a dit All eyes on me.
This is America. Don't get you. Call me on my cell phone. Now they always say congratulations. Suicide if you ever try to let go. I'm sad, I know, yeah, I'm sad, I know.
J'ai l'air essoufflé, même si j'ai tout fait. J'ai tout, ferai jamais dans ma vie.
Ah, il aurait pu, je t'aime. Oh, 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 à la folie. Oh, oh, oh. Bitch, we in the city on that hot shit. Looking for a biddy on that hot shit. Hey! Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot bar. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
My lady, come, my lady, you're my butterfly.
Je voulais rester à la cité, mon père m'a dit All eyes on me.
This is America. Don't get you. Call me on my cell phone. Now they always say congratulations. Suicide if you ever try to let go. I'm sad, I know, yeah, I'm sad, I know.
J'ai l'air essoufflé, même si j'ai tout fait. J'ai tout, ferai jamais dans ma vie.
Ah, il aurait pu, je t'aime. Oh, 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 à la folie. Oh, oh, oh. Bitch, we in the city on that hot shit. Looking for a biddy on that hot shit. Hey! Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot bar. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
My lady, come, my lady, you're my butterfly.
Je voulais rester à la cité, mon père m'a dit All eyes on me.
This is America. Don't get you. Call me on my cell phone. Now they always say congratulations. Suicide if you ever try to let go. I'm sad, I know, yeah, I'm sad, I know.
J'ai l'air essoufflé, même si j'ai tout fait. J'ai tout, ferai jamais dans ma vie.
Ah, il aurait pu, je t'aime. Oh, 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 à la folie. Oh, oh, oh. Bitch, we in the city on that hot shit. Looking for a biddy on that hot shit. Hey! Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot bar. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
My lady, come, my lady, you're my butterfly.
Je voulais rester à la cité, mon père m'a dit
up, guys? Dashing here, and we are live, my friends, here in Mexico City, Mexico. Yes, fresh off of an incredible weekend in San Juan for both Ferocity and Absolution. It was our first stop on the road to Ascendance 14, and man, what a couple of nights it was. But we are now in Mexico, Mayhem in Mexico, as a matter of fact, guys, and what a show we got ahead of us. A little bit earlier than usual here, but man, oh man, have we got a lot to dive into. We're getting things started with some big-time tag team action. The Intercontinental Champion, Diamante, set the team, well, with Mexico's very own Alan Montoya against EJ Enterprises. And you'll have to pardon my voice potentially being a bit more raspy than usual. I mean, not only after this past weekend, Ferocity and Absolution, but then, well, the other night during CMV Live, episode 17, I may have gotten a bit overzealous and attempted to become Anarchy Champion. Ended up getting my ass handed to me, so a little bit sore. My throat, lucky I'm not having to wear a neck brace like Peligro, but four-time commentator of the year, obviously that ain't gonna keep me from doing my job. As Alan Montoya, Mr. Climb to Fame, here in front of his countrymen, once again going to be teaming up with Diamante to get hands on Emmett Jones. And looking at that briefcase that inside contains a contract that, of course, Montoya can cash in anytime, anywhere he would like to for a shot at the Global Championship, something, well, obviously Cam Harris is well aware of. And speaking of the Intercontinental Championship, here's a man that wants it back. Emmett Jones saying that Diamante has tanked the worth of the Intercontinental Championship ever since winning it a few weeks ago. Emmett Jones looking to restore the prestige of the championship alongside, of course, his new associate, Jason Payne. This monster of a man who suffered his first loss in CMV last Shockwave, courtesy of Diamante. But it was after that match that Jason Payne and Emmett Jones attacked Diamante, only for him to be saved by Alan Montoya. Not the first time these two have teamed up. We're going to get things started. Look at this, Emmett Jones and Diamante with a chance to, at last, go after one another. Immediately sends Emmett Jones into the corner with a quick roll-up. See, Emmett doesn't care, man. He just wants his championship back. He ain't out here to have any sort of humdinger in Mexico. Breathing the fresh air, man. The continuation of the Kumite. 2 title matches. You do not want to go anywhere. And of course, guys, Octane are also going to be here in Mexico for a huge episode tomorrow that you do not want to miss out on. We're talking about the Global Championship, guys, and of course, still the champion Cam Harris successfully retaining against Quantum this past weekend at Absolution, and Alan Montoya with that Climb to Fame contract. But we obviously can't not mention the King of the Hill, the 2-time King of the Hill. That, of course, being Joey Bacon at Absolution, 2 years in a row becoming King of the Hill. And now, guys, Bacon has a decision at Ascendance 14. Which World Championship is he going to challenge for? Will it be Cam Harris's Global Championship, or will it be Schmitty's CMV Championship? Obviously, last year, Ascendance 13, we saw him unsuccessfully challenge Morgan for the CMV Championship. Maybe this year wants to change it up, go for the Global Championship, and that would be, well, bad news for Cam Harris. We actually saw on social media Cam Harris and Schmitty trying to convince Joey Bacon to will go for the other's championship. Neither one of them wanting to have to defend against Bacon at Ascendance 14, which of course we now know will be live from the most famous arena in the world. That's Madison Square Garden, New York City. And our co-hosts, the one, the only CMV Hall of Famer Jason Spade, New York's own, as well as the Knicks, Jalen Brunson. Jason Spade just yesterday revealing the Ascendance 14 logo. As Diamante goes up top, double knees to the face. He had 3 huge nights in Madison Square Garden. Diamante looking to make it there still, the Intercontinental Champion, but there's still a long way to go between right now and Ascendance 14. Let's not forget, we still got one more roadblock, and that's Purgatory coming up in just a few weeks. So there's no guarantee Diamante walks into MSG with the Intercontinental Championship. As Emmett Jones gets tagged in. Irish Whip Chowder though. Yes indeed, coming up a little bit later on. Let's go Mighty World Challenge Resurgence for the Women's Tag Team Championship. And our main event, guys, Bob Luger will challenge Mexico's very own Hector Flores for the Lucha Libre Mexico World Championship. As Emmett Jones with a boot upside the head. Dirty pin. The ref does not see it, but luckily Diamante able to kick out. Diamante well aware of the shenanigans of Emmett Jones at this point. Slam though. Face first off that top turnbuckle. Speaking of Cam Harris, he will be in action. And a little bit later on, taking on Lucha Libre Mexico's Payaso Loco. We also see still the Divine Champion, Brina Story. One-on-one with Lucha Libre Mexico's La Sombra. She successfully retained their ferocity this past weekend against Game De Nova, but didn't have much time to celebrate as we saw the return of Amber Young laying out Story. As the tag is now made to Alan Montoya. Big old punches. Followed up by a drop kick, attempts the drop kick, but Emmett able to move out of the way just in time, and these two have been going after each other. Or, I guess, more appropriately, I should say, Alan Montoya has been chasing after Emmett Jones, because Emmett has wanted nothing to do with Montoya since the start of this new season. And doing his very best to avoid Montoya as best as he can. Unable to do so here in this tag team match. Oh, and now, going to be like 2 Mack trucks colliding. Jason Payne and Alan Montoya, the old man. Payne and Diamante, former tag team partners, but Payne arriving here in CMV. The newest associate of Emmett Jones attacking Diamante. And that there's not going to be a Diamond Wolves reunion here in CMV. Jason Payne will drop the dead weight, as he put it. He's going to be the megastar here in CMV. Uh-oh. Power bomb. Hang on. Montoya getting a taste of his own medicine here. Usually we see Montoya hit this. Power bomb city. And now the tag to Emmett Jones. Try to feast on the leftovers, as it were. Tags Payne right back in. Oh man, the massive Payne launched off the top rope right into Montoya. In control right now is DJ Enterprises. Counter the Irish Whip into the corner. Cheeky little jab there. Tries for another one. Montoya able to get out of the way of it now. Full steam ahead. Shoulder thrust. Pops him right back up. But Payne, being big of a guy as he is, incredibly agile. Able to move unbelievably fast. Hits that knee troubler before tagging in Emmett Jones, guys, and the former Intercontinental Champion not going to beat around the bush in any kind of way. Playing with Montoya here, though, and I don't think that that's necessarily such a great idea. There you go. Gonna pay the price. week, my friends, as you heard me talk about before this match started during CMV Live episode 17, I tried to get my hands on the Anarchy Championship because it is official. As I announced on social media, from here until Ascendance 14 in New York City, Madison Square Garden, the Anarchy Championship will now be contested under 24/7 rules, which means that anytime, anywhere, so long as there's a referee to count a pin or to call a submission, the championship can change hands. We saw it, what, like 4 times during CMV Live episode 17, change hands. The current champion, 8-Ball. And Jones tries to make a tag. Montoya going behind for a German suplex, just yeets him overhead and makes that tag to the Intercontinental Champion Diamante. Gonna charge Jones, big boots him right out of the damn ring. Hey, now this ain't the Royal Rumble, buddy. Suffice to say, I think we're gonna see the Anarchy Championship change hands a lot more times than just 4 between now and Ascendance 14, but it's at Ascendance 14 that the 24/7 stipulation will end. Hang on a minute, Diamante with a huge frog splash, but man, he might have had it 1 there too, if not for Jason Payne coming in to break up that pin. Like I said, a man like Payne shouldn't be able to move as fast as he does. He got in that ring. Lickety split to break that one up. As I was saying though, guys, at Ascendance 14, the 24/7 stipulation will end, and whoever is champion will defend the Anarchy Championship in the 31st ever Hardcore Gauntlet Eliminator match. As Jason Payne hits that spinning head kick, almost had Diamante done in. That senton ain't gonna help very much. Payne, I would wager, has got to weigh at least 260, maybe 270. Big knee to the face. Diamante gonna try to make the tag to Mr. Climb to Fame, and he does. Payne hurt, and that's for certain. But he comes out of the corner. There's the double knee face breaker now. Right into the pin, but Diamante's not going to give it a chance. Breaking it up before 1. Irish whip in that corner. Montoya's got to get himself out of here. The great teamwork between Jason Payne and Emmett Jones, you got to say. A jawbreaker. Montoya was lying in wait there. And into the La Maestra in Mexico. Oh, Montoya stealing almost. My throat is real dry. Need to get me some jarritos or something here. What does a guy gotta do to get a Corona, huh? Tag made to Diamante as Emmett tried to come off the top. Has to change up his game plan though. Kick to the midsection. Look for a powerbomb here as Diamante, who is deceptively powerful. Busted. Emmett Jones wide open. So they're able to grab the boot. Trips him up. Again, these two know each other so well at this point. This is the very last place Diamante wants to find himself here, trapped in the corner, and have Jason Payne tagged in, big punch to the gut. Able to get him into the corner though. Tag now to Alan Montoya. Also gotta say, Diamante and Alan Montoya working together terrifically. Like I said before, this is not the first time these two have teamed up. They've become pretty consistent tag team partners over these last couple of months. Oh, we know what Montoya is looking for here out of the corner. Gonna cut that big boy down. What a spear. And if not for Emmett, I have to imagine that would have been all she wrote. There's not a lot of people that have kicked out of that spear. Speaking of Alan Montoya, Hurricane Rana, I say again, someone as big as Payne shouldn't be able to pull off a move like that. Ever a time to hit a Hurricane Rana, it's certainly in Mexico. So Payne trying to put some distance here between himself and Montoya, hitting that cross body from Brett's rope. And as great as this episode of Shockwave is gonna be, I'm sure you do not want to miss out on Octane tomorrow, my friends. And you know why? Because yours truly, yes, you are hearing this correctly, is going to be back in action. As Gus Novella and myself going to take on that twerp, Mike Magnum Maxwell, and a partner of his choosing. But let's keep it real here. Nobody likes Mike Magnum Maxwell. But it's going to be a handicap match. And all of Mexico will witness the end of Mike Magnum Maxwell here in CMV. That I can guarantee you, my friends. Montoya back in and going to show Jason Payne how this is properly done. Taken from Mexico to Power Bomb City. Into the pin. 1, 2. What a kick out. Payne. That's great wherewithal on the part of Payne to immediately roll out onto the apron and avoid getting pinned again. See how he gets at the knee as well. Just hurls himself up Montoya. That's like a Mack truck hurling itself on a runaway train. Just getting tossed around. When was the last time you saw Montoya getting thrown about like that, huh? I don't think ever. Precision elbow right across the chest from the middle rope. Tries getting into the quarter. Montoya over the counter. Hang on. Rebound. Looks to go low. Montoya does not work out for him. Payne's trying to put him into the corner. Montoya's doing all that he can to stop that from happening. His big knees now to the guts. Montoya gonna opt to make the tag to Diamante. Probably the smartest move right there. Right into a stiff kick to the midsection. Oh, and how about a spear, huh? Alan Montoya, eat your heart out. That was a spear. And Jason Payne's not done either. Another disgusting head kick. But Montoya will break up the pin just before 2, because I think otherwise Diamante was not kicking out of that. His former tag team partner having no mercy whatsoever. Leapfrog. And again, big back elbow from the War Wolf, who now makes the tag to Emmett Jones. Emmett lining it up, not so perfectly though. Trying to hit that slingshot senton. Oh, he's a little bit embarrassed. Gonna make the tag, brings Payne back in. Hey, we all make mistakes now. Oh, but look at Diamante, no mistakes made. Boot right between the eyes. But Payne just gets right back up. Like it ain't no thing but a chicken wing. And now off the ropes. Doesn't react quickly enough. Great reversal. Shook is Diamante to take down Jason Payne with that DDT, but again just gets right back up. I think it was trying for another spear there. Diamante was able to avoid it that time, and now gonna make a donation here in Mexico City to the Break Your Neck Foundation, but too close to the corner. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy for Emmett Jones to break that one up. Pardon me. Scooped up Diamante. Giving the old snake eyes as Jason Payne stand on top of the Intercontinental Champion. like a monkey on a cupcake. And you see Diamante trying to diversify his offense, targeting the leg of Payne. A shoulder breaker. Every single part of Payne's body being targeted here by Diamante. STO throws down. The big man might create the opening Diamante's looking for. He's going to go up top. Maybe another frog splash. An elbow, I would say, to the heart, but I don't necessarily know if Jason Payne has a heart. Maybe you see some slight hesitation, and that gives Jason Payne all that he needs to send Diamante into the corner. Remember, these guys were tag team partners, close friends. Oh, God, look at all tied up in the corner. Super kick through the legs to the mush. There's nowhere for you to go, Diamante. Jason Payne just brutalizing the Intercontinental Champion. And now look, now Emmett Jones tagged in. All that's left is scraps, and Emmett, like a vulture, gonna come in for the kill. Slingshot boot to the chest, into the pin. 1, 2. But the heart of Diamante is something at this point here in CMV well documented. It's something Emmett Jones is familiar with, as you saw. Hands on his hips, looking at Diamante like, you son of a bitch. Diamante never stops fighting this kid. Got a heart that refuses to cease beating. Well, he is taking a beating right now. Leg kick, Emmett able to sneak in an elbow. Now gets him short arm clotheslines. Hang on, wait a minute. Ooh! Bottom with a kick right upside the head, and I think I saw Diamante's eyes roll in the back of his head. Emmett Jones now with dead level. That's gotta do it. You can count to 100 here. 1, 2.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get what I please. 2,000 for the bag, just to match the moody. Say I'm pretty, but I got an attitude. Pop the top, watch the bubbles rise up. Fill it up, never drain in my cup. If you wanna ride, better change your lane, cause we driving fast and we making it rain. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. Yeah, used to wear the cheap stuff, now it's all designer. Got him wrapped around my little finger. He let the way I pop it like a can of fizz. Told him if he want this, better know the business. I'm not his wifey, I'm his fantasy. Living life in first class, can't you see? Look at me, said my attitude is kinda spicy. I told him that's the price, boy, ain't it pricey? It is. Stepping out the truck with the pink lip gloss. So them girls how to play like a real big boss. He tryna lock it down, but I love my space. Leaving lipstick marks on his regular plates. Pink neon lights, yeah, we glow in the dark. Got the motor running, boy, I'm starting to spark. They can try to clone, but I'm one of one. We just out here chilling, having double the fun. I'm a premium flavor, you can't get on tap. Put my name in the center, a Hollywood map. Got the baseline bouncing like a trampoline. Pure sugar rush, if you know what I mean. Sweet and sour every single hour, yeah. Got the sweetness, but I hold the power, yeah. You wanna sip, better get in line. Cherry flavor looking so divine. 1, 2, 3, let's bring it back. Let's drink it up. Pop it fast. Cherry soda. Make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me his lifesaver, do myself a favor. Let's bring it back. myself a favor. Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah, boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get what I please. 2,000 for the bag, just to match the mood. He say I'm pretty, but I got an attitude. At the top, watch the bubbles rise up. Fill it up, never draining my cup. If you wanna ride, better change your lane, cause we driving fast and we making it rain. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. Yeah, used to wear the cheap stuff, now it's all designer. Bling. Got him wrapped around my little finger. He let the way I pop it like a can of fizz. Told him if he want this, better know the business. I'm not his wifey, I'm his fantasy. Living life in first class, can't you see? Look at me, said my attitude is kinda spicy. I told him that's the price, boy, ain't it pricey? It is. Stepping on the truck with the pink lip gloss. So them girls gotta play like a real big boss. He tryna lock it down, but I love my space. Leaving lipstick marks on his regular plates. Pink neon lights, so we glow in the dark. Got the motor running, boy, I'm starting to spark. They can try to...
Well, apologies, my friends, for the minor interruption there. Some technical difficulties here in Mexico, but oh, wait a minute! Evidently, the win is not enough here for EJ Enterprises, guys. Alan Montoya was checking on Diamante. Jason Payne went and grabbed some steel chairs, and he and Emmett Jones wailing on the Intercontinental Champion and Mr. Climb to Fame.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah, boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get what I please. 2,000 for the...
Well, obviously for Alan Montoya especially, not the homecoming that he was looking forward to here in Mexico, I would imagine. But the action continues, guys, and a pretty apt name for this special episode of Shockwave, Mayhem in Mexico, because indeed, Sydney Mayhem is here in Mexico, and looking to get her hands on the new Zero-G champion, Yesenia Beckett, who this past weekend at Ferocity in San Juan, well, didn't just, look, keeping a buck here, didn't just beat Madison Quinn, but as a matter of fact, dominated Quinn quite shockingly to become the new Zero-G champion. Unfortunately, though, for Beckett, she has to kick off her reign against this woman. Pat LaFave's newest client, representing Cerberus here, Sydney Mayhem, who had a busier weekend than most in San Juan, because Ferocity, she defeated Quinn Bell, and then the very next night she was a part of the Queen of the Hill match, which she unfortunately did not win. That was Ileana Summers. Congratulations again to her. Now has a World Championship opportunity to look forward to at Ascendance 14. But I don't think Asinia Beckett, guys, could ask for a bigger or better way to begin her reign as Zero-G champion here in Mexico. She considers herself the greatest luchadora on the planet Earth. Got the chance to prove it here in the Mecca of Lucha Libre, Mexico City. Big night for Cerberus. Sydney Mayhem hoping to get it started on the right foot. Later on, we'll see Brian Dynamic and Quran Cook taking on the arsenal of Tailcoat Val. And of course, if the Arsenal is victorious, Pat LaFave has promised the Arsenal a shot at Perry Heenan and Pierre Thompson's World Tag Team Championship. Speaking of Perry Heenan, by the way, he is in our Kumite first round tournament matchup later on against Owen O'Rourke. Now you talk about meat. Whew. That one's going to be hard hitting. As Beckett, hang on now, wait. Well, not waiting a single second to crank things up a notch with that Phoenix Splash, but Mayhem obviously not impressed as I am. Grab it at the hair of Beckett here as Pat LaFave lurks about at ringside. That's the thing about not wearing knee pads. Make your knee strikes more lethal, but at the same time, leaving yourself exposed. You saw that missing that knee drop really hurt Mayhem's knee. All right, head scissors. Mayhem opening minutes of this matchup seems incapable of keeping up with the speed. Oh, there you go. Oh, poke to the eyes will definitely help out a bit, I think. And when we saw at Ferocity, guys, the great, I tell you right now, I went back and watched that clip about 10, 15 times. The greatest feat of strength that I have ever seen here in CMV when Sydney Mayhem military press Quinbell from ringside over the top rope into the ring. And they nearly had Asinia Beckett beat off that thumb strike she likes to utilize. The very same that put Quinbell on the shelf for a couple of weeks. Beckett, though, not going to allow it to stop her here. European uppercut knocks Mayhem out of the corner. Okay, very obvious rope break here. Luckily, Sydney's able to kick out. Pat LaFave just slid a candlestick into the ring, but these referees here in Mexico, they're what's about them gets rid of it, does our official. I might have to steal a couple of these refs here. We need some bad CMV, man. We return to the States because these refs we got right now, they just ain't cutting it. As we have especially seen over these last couple of weeks. Into the midsection, gets caught. Well, guys, for Sydney Mayhem, obviously losing the Queen of the Hill match stings, but they're going to bounce back by knocking off the Zero-G champion. I mean, surely gets Mayhem a future championship match. Hits that backbreaker of hers. Usually she likes to hit 3 in a row. One is devastating enough. Oh, and I don't like this at all. What is Sydney trying to set up for? Beckett doing all that she can to get the hell out of there, crawls into the corner, but that might be actually where Mayhem wanted her. Great athleticism on display by Mayhem in the pin. It's a kick out at 2. Oh, wait a minute. I think Mayhem might be going for another thumb strike. Takes everything out of Beckett to hit that lie detector. Struggling to get to her feet, though. And now look. Pat LaFave from ringside offering up an opening for Sydney Mayhem. Distracting Asinia Beckett, but Will it pay off? Oh, wait a minute. Mayhem gets caught, dragon twist. Cutter by the Zero-G champion. Hooks the leg. This non-title match kick out. I think we've seen her utilize this submission maneuver before. Or lasso from El Paso-esque. And Mayhem's able to pretty quickly escape it and stop Beckett from trying to go off the ropes too. Drops down. Picks her up. Wait a minute. Hitting down the shoulders. Counters just Beckett into a pin of her own. Kick out. Grabs the leg for a dragon screw. No good here for Asinia Beckett. Mayhem with an axe kick to the small of Beckett's back, which of course Mayhem's been targeting throughout this match. Gonna drag her off into the corner. Irish whip gets countered. Beckett gonna drop down. Can she dig down deep? Big ol' right across the jaw. Sydney laughing at that knife edge chop. Hang on, over the counter. Irish whip though, now in the corner. Couple of forearms putting Mayhem down. Asinia, the self-proclaimed greatest luchadora in all of CMV with a pretty brilliant moonsault there, no doubt about it. And now a slingshot set. I don't know why, man. People keep going for that slingshot senton. Emmett missed it earlier as well. Ooh, what a knee. They're trying to put a sitting position. Whoa, 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 whoa! I don't know what in God's good name Asinia Beckett was even attempting to do there. But the attempt does not prevail, and now Mayhem has got Beckett potentially dead to rights. But look at the Zero-G champion standing her ground. Slap across the face by Mayhem, but Beckett's going to give it right back to her. Gotta appreciate the draw of Asinia Beckett. Look at this now. Egging Mayhem on. Maybe not the brightest. Ooh, Beckett just gouged the eye of Mayhem. I guess turnabout is fair play. Mayhem did poke her in the eyes earlier in the match, and now into a somersault cutter. I'm going to kick out of two. Try to lock in that lasso from El Paso. That's what she used to force Madison Quinn to tap out. That ferocity. Hello. Hello. A muscle buster in Mexico. Well, I guess, okay, I got variation of the muscle buster, I suppose. A muscle buster driver. Oh man, I've never seen that before. Middle of the ring. Beckett gets the win. Quite a comeback victory for our Zero-G champion here. Off that muscle buster driver. Follows up with the double underhook neck breaker to secure the victory. Pretty surprising because, man, Sydney Mayhem, if you'll pardon my French momentarily, was beating that ass for the majority of this matchup. But here's what did it, this double underhook, a twisting neck breaker. And Pat LaFave cannot even look as Mayhem eats the pin. The greatest luchadora in all of CMV, with a fantastic start to her reign as Zero-G champion here in Mexico.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah, boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get what I please. 2,000 for the bag, just to match the moody. Say I'm pretty, but I got an attitude. On the top, watch the bubbles rise up. Fill it up, never draining my cup. If you wanna ride, better change your lane, cause we driving fast and we making it rain. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him.
Well, Cerberus guy is going to have an immediate chance to bounce back after we just saw Sydney Mayhem suffer that loss at the hands of Asinya Beckett. Because Brian Dynamic and Quran Cook going to attempt to stop the Arsenal Tilko Val from earning a World Tag Team Championship opportunity. Yes, Pat LaFave has promised Sally Reeve that if he and Sebastian Monet can knock off Quran Cook and Brian Dynamic in this matchup, that he will give them an opportunity to face Perry Heenan and Pierre Thompson for the World Tag Team Championship. After Sally Reeve for weeks on end has been in a sort of way, I don't even know how to really describe it, but I mean, I guess if you want to be broad about it, calling out that LaFave, wanting a shot at the World Tag Team Championship. I was going to say serenading LaFave, and was definitely thankful in his own kind of way that Pat LaFave gave them this shot. All of Cerberus presenting themselves as a cohesive unit. That's what makes them so dangerous. And there, of course, are the World Tag Team Champions, Perry Heenan and Pierre Thompson. Heenan still has his matchup coming up against Owen O'Rourke, first round bout in the Kumite. So I don't think he's going to be sticking around here at ringside. This is going to be Quran Cook and Brian Dynamic representing Cerberus. Cook, who's coming off of a fantastic match against Jeremy Barmore this past weekend at Absolution, a loss. It was a very great weekend overall for Cerberus. Looking to try and make up for that now, though. Sally Reeve going to get things started against Quran Cook, and I don't know if I can come up with a bigger mismatch than this right here. Let's not necessarily discount Sally Reeve, especially in his current mental state after Bob Luger burned his book of poetry and then had his dog eat the remains. He's kind of been lost, but now this fixation with Pat LaFave has almost brought him back from the brink. And Arsenal Tilko Val wants the World Tag Team Championship, whether that be at the behest of Tilko Val or not, as Pat LaFave pondered. Obviously, a lot of history between Pat LaFave and Tilko Val. Irish whip into the corner, Dynamic. Kicking an elbow right upside the head. Don't know who Reeve was going to kick there. Coming up next, our Divine Champion, Brina Story, in action. We also still got the Global Champion, Cam Harris, in action, as well as 2 championship matches. Let's Go Mighty will challenge Resurgence for the Women's Tag Team Championship. And in our main event, Bob Luger faces Hector Flores for the Lucha Libre Magical World Championship. Again, it's only if the Arsenal Toko Val can win this match that they will get a World Tag Team Championship match. An opportunity to face Perry Hidden and Pierre Thompson. With the stipulation of Pat LaFave. Pretty impressive how quickly Pat LaFave changed out of his suit, by the way. Huh? Leg drop by Reeve into the pin. But a kick out at 1. Nice for a stop. Dynamic with a cult kick before making the tag to the powerful Quran Hook. Right into a dragon sleeper. Trying to tear Sally Reeve's head off. And then we'll do an escape kick to the back, but eats that gorgeous spinning head kick, and vintage Cook to follow it up with the knee strike. Tags, man, Cook's still going to go for it. Off the top rope, tried for a double axe handle. Sebastian Monet now legal. Cook just manhandling him. Rabbit still focused on Sally Reeve. Nice guy, helping him get out of the ring. Drawing up the title on that was good, pulled back. Monet got to try to use those long legs of his. Might be his only advantage against the speed and agility of Brian Dynamic and the power of Quran Cook. Rocket launcher sends Dynamic off the top like a missile. And now neck breaker. There's those long legs coming into play. Tries to get Dynamic in the corner to make the tag, but Dynamic is too slick. Gets behind him, taken down with a helicopter spin. I love it. An insult to injury with a slap across the back of the head. Quickly makes the tag to the tortured artist, Sally Reeve. Not going to be intimidated by the psychosis of Reva, at least. Oh, up out of the corner, scoop slam. And we try to go up top, quick tag to Quran Cook, though. Great thinking by Dynamic on the fly there. Sure that both Perry Hidden and Pierre Thompson keep their eyes on this match as Eden prepares for his first round matchup in the Kumite, still to come against Owen O'Rourke. Big Quran Cook off Brett's rope, delivers a forearm right to the top of Reeve's head, tries again for that spinning head kick. Reeve with a jumping cutter. Very much Omega Z-esque against Justin Sane at the very first ever Ascendance. With a donation, big one at that, to the Break the Neck Foundation. Now is he walking him all the way into the corner for a snake eyes. He was in a whole lot of trouble right now. I'll tell you what, the Arsenal Toko Val wants to earn that World Tag Team Championship opportunity. Reeve's got to do something to turn this around and quick. I don't know if that's a possibility, though. Corner, Reeve's gonna go a bit slower here. Might not have a choice. Hang on, tags made to Sebastian, but they're gonna put those long legs. The expert use, big stomp to the middle of the back. Kick out at 2. That might have been the Arsenal's best chance right there. They're gonna put him right back in the corner. Tags Reeve back in. Arsenal Toko Val working together spectacularly. Look at this. Innovative offense. Dropped off the top into a sort of a splash, hooks the leg, but just gets a 1 count, dude. Another jumping cutter, bit more forceful, I feel like, was that one though. And Cook with a disgusting knee in the face. Dirty pin and all, ref does not see it, but Sally able to kick out. Hang on, this is something we've seen, oh man, and here in Mexico, ain't no way. Tres amigos from Quran Cook in Mexico City. Now the tag of Brian Dynamic, I love it. Dynamic, gonna get out the shovel scoop. Reeve up off the canvas, big boot. And now shoots the half. Monet a bit worried, gets in to break up the pin. Oh, like a down dog. Dynamic can be so brutal when he wants to be. Irish whip, hang on, Reeve still impressively has some fight left in him. Put Dynamic up on the top. Puts himself down. Dynamic with a snake eyes. And straight to that second rope. Dynamic like a sniper taking aim. Back and Reeve up before hitting a gorgeous drop kick. Tag to Quran Cook. His house of a man. Where's he going though? Oh, okay, to the top. I don't know if he needed to be doing all that, but he's wasting all that time. And very nearly paid the price. Another running knee. Right upside the head of Sally Reeve. Cook might try for that headbutt again. Yes, he is, and this time nails it. Forceful pin by Cook isn't enough. No, it is not. The Arsenal Tilko Val fighting for a World Tag Team Championship opportunity. Dynamic. Trying to finish Reeve off, but hold on, out of the corner gives Reeve now the chance to make the tag to Sebastian Monet. This one not over yet. Monet have to pick up the slack here, though. I don't know if Reeve has very much more left to give in this match. It's the arms of the anomaly. Running away with it right now is Sebastian Monet. But as he tries for an Irish whip, able to counter is Dynamic now. Out of the corner. Oh no, buckle bomb. And directly over to Cook to make the tag. The size of this guy. Doesn't intimidate Monet though. Wheelbarrow arm drag. Throws him down into the corner, trying to cut off the ring. Would have to be the strategy here, I imagine, for the Arsenal Tilko Val. Monet hanging on for dear life, but eventually getting knocked down to the floor. And Sally Reeve trying to distract Cook. Yeah, nicely done. Oh, but Cook again. He really loves that head kick knee combo. And so do I. Now the stomp. Into the pin. 1, 2. Hey. Still conscious. Insanely. Now it looks like he's struggling to even stay up on the apron. Another donation is made to the Break Your Neck Foundation here in Mexico. And now the tag to Brian Dynamic. And takes a second here to allow these fans in Mexico City to appreciate his greatness. That allows Monet to take a shot. Irish whip, nope. They stop him setting up for Too much time setting up again, though. Able to reverse the Irish whip. There's those stomps. 6 of them. Suffice to say, Cerberus been dominating thus far, and I don't know that the Arsenal has much longer to last here. And Renee's been busted open too. Management is off one of those kicks or knees from Quran Cook. Sally Reed tagged in. Tries to throw on a kick, just instantly shut down by Dynamic. Now the tag to Quran Cook. I love this team of Dynamic and Cook. Double axe handle across the lower back. There it is again. And no one follows it up. Gonna be that running knee. Straight to the top, or perhaps yet another headbutt. Look, instead of going for the pin, tries to mount Sally Reed. And that may have been his mistake. Now the tag's made an A. Wrenching the arms of Cook and throw him into the corner. Damn. There's Monet going now, out on the apron. Big risk to take. Will it pay off? Slingshot. Oh. Went a little bit too far. Overshot it. Makes up for that. Slamming Cook down. Hooks the leg. Kick out at 1. That World Tag Team Championship opportunity getting further and further away as this match progresses. The Arsenal not going to stop fighting. God, that kick, dude. All the way off the ropes to the knee that time. Powerbomb. Final flash. Knee outside the head into the pin, but Sally Reed not allowing this match to end. Even if it means his tag team partner gets mollywopped in there. Monet. They're trying to turn the page here on Cerberus. And earn that World Tag Team Championship opportunity. So close. Even Dynamic got a bit worried about that. Monet. And he dig down deep and clutch. Perfect clutch. Look at the break on his kicky toes and all. They are 2.9999999. That was it, dude. I thought that was a 3. Sit out hip toss. Just got to stay on the attack here. I think the Arsenal might actually have a chance if they continue to isolate. Put on this. Sebastian Monet just too slippery. Oh, but a cheap shot from Dynamic. Come on. Come on. And just like that, put down and hard. Monet had it too, man. Cerberus is victorious. Oh, as if that wasn't bad enough. Now here come the World Tag Team Champions to make the message loud and clear. Laying out the Arsenal and looking good while doing so.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah, boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get what I please. 2,000 for the bag, just to match the moody. Say I'm pretty, but I got an attitude. At the top, watch the bubbles rise up. Fill it up, never draining my cup. If you wanna ride, better change your lane, cause we driving fast and we making it rain. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. Yeah, used to wear the cheap stuff, now it's all designer.
Well, it was a so-so night for Brina Story in San Juan this past weekend. Apparently, because, yes, of course, she retained that Divine Championship of hers, successfully defended against the game hometown hero Denova. What a matchup they had, but a little time to celebrate that successful defense, as immediately Amber Young made her return to CMV, laid Brina's Story out, and then used Brina's own Divine Championship, drove it upside Brina's head, and a very clear statement made by Amber Young that she's back and isn't wasting any time, resuming her chase to become a world champion here in CMV. Brina now having to have her wits about her as she prepares to take on Lucha Libre Magica's La Sombra. And these two met in that gauntlet match Brina had to compete in last Octane. Quite a great back and forth between the two. So much so that Sombra being given the straight up one-on-one chance here in Mexico City. What a win it would be for Sombra. And on behalf of Lucha Libre Magica to knock off the Divine Champion. As of course in our main event, Bob Luger will challenge Hector Flores for the Lucha Libre Magica World Championship. La Sombra, Brina Story, non-title matchup. Ooh, this is going to get a bit of a stare down before this one kicks off. A show of respect. You love to see it. Some rare sportsmanship here in Mexico between La Sombra and Brina Story, but quickly a hurricane rana by Sombra. I've been personally very impressed with her couple of matches in CMV so far. Even more impressed we can actually take the wins from Brina Story here. Brina realizing just how dangerous it is to be a champion on the road to ascendance. With New York City, Madison Square Garden on the horizon, can Brina make it to the show of shows still champ? With Amber Young having her lined up That's one dangerous woman to have hunting you. As Brina Wells knows, the two are no stranger to each other. They have met before. Didn't get all that crossbody did Brina out of the corner, but got enough of it. Follows up with a nasty foot DDT. Ooh, double knee face breaker. Blink of an eye. Hang on, wait a minute, no. Shakes it off the story. There's still to come. Women's Tag Team Championship going to be on the line as Let's Go Mighty will challenge Resurgence. Reno with a head scissors at ringside. Couple of elbows to the top of the head. Irish whip, no, reversed. Definitely a home court advantage for La Sombra here in Mexico City, but Denova had the home court advantage at Ferocity, and that didn't do her very much good in the end against Brina. Up to a count of 6 already, and Brina's taken La Sombra on a trip around the world. But can she get her back into the ring? Oh, don't tell me Brina's going to get my count out now. Come on, you're going to do this to Sombra in Mexico? Bro, that was... No, we're restarting this match. Sombra made it back in. That's some BS, dude. She was fully back in the ring when the ref counted 10. I'm having none of that. Even though Martin Koniecki is the gentleman as your Shockwave, I'm making an executive decision on his behalf. I think you would agree. Especially where his daughter is involved, too. I kind of want to get a replay. Look at this. Sombra was fully in the ring, bro. I mean, not fully. Her legs were sticking out, but that's some BS. These two gonna reset. Sombra, Brina's story. Hopefully this time they'll keep it in the ring. And this referee will maybe be a tiny bit more, lenient. I don't know if we necessarily have to be so stringent with the rules. By the way, though, speaking of Lucha Libre Magica, congratulations to Amber Briggs. The new Lucha Libre Magica Women's Champion defeated S.J. Ray to become champion on that big episode of CMV Live number 17, where we also saw the Anarchy Championship change hands about 100 times. I'm telling you, I think this new 24/7 stipulation is going to be something wild. We're going to see some crazy shit. I have an inkling, which I am here for. And I might try to take another swing at becoming champion. Even though I got my ass kicked in that parking garage, I've accomplished a lot here in CMV. I've never been a champion. I think that's a crying shame. Everybody obviously wants hashtag dashing DJ Erie as champion. But at least you'll get a little bit of a crumb, a little something to wet your beak as I return to in-ring action tomorrow on Arcane. Gus Neville and myself against Mike Magnum Maxwell. Not something you want to miss out on. Brina going to come out of the corner hot and heavy. Drop kick upside the head and into the pin. Almost had her done in. Well, these snap kicks right to the face by Story. Stalking Sombra, almost like a sumo type of pose by Brina. Wonder if she's a big Ozakai fan. Sombra trying to score A big upset victory here in Mexico City, but Brina's coming off the top. With that arm drag. Some lucha tings of her own. And again, from out of the corner. Ooh, tries for a drop kick. But Sombra has the wherewithal to see it coming. Delivers one of her own. And that's quite a distance, but Sombra gonna nail the springboard moonsault hook of the leg, and all she gets is a 1 count on the Divine Champion. Look how fast though Brina's story is. A wrench in the arm, kick to the gut. And Brina's got some anger she's venting here in this match about what Amber Young did to her at Ferocity, and another trip around the world for La Sombra. So be careful as Brina. We already had a count out. Don't want a rope break. Brina's story picks up the win here in Mexico City. Oh no. Amber Young looking to follow. Hang on from the crowd. Amber came from the crowd, and Brina's story blindsided again by the KO bombshell. Oh, come on. Nobody can doubt what it is Amber Young wants. And it's Brina Story's Divine Championship. This is now the second time the champion's been caught lacking. I don't know if there's going to be a third time.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get what I please. 2,000 for the bag, just to match the mood. He say I'm pretty, but I got an attitude. At the top, watch the bubbles rise up. Fill it up, never drain in my cup. If you wanna ride, better change your lane, cause we driving fast and we making it rain. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. Yeah, used to wear the cheap stuff, now it's all designer. Bling. Got him wrapped around my little finger. He let the way I pop it like a can of fizz. Told him if he want this, better know the business. I'm not his wifey, I'm his fantasy. Living life in first class, can't you see? Look at me, said my attitude is kinda spicy. I told him that's the price, boy, ain't it pricey? It is. Stepping on the truck with the pink lip gloss. So them girls how to play like a real big boss. He tryna lock it down, but I love my space. Leaving lipstick marks on his regular plates. Pink neon lights, yeah, we glow in the dark. Got the motor running, boy, I'm starting to spark. They can try to clone, but I'm one of one. We just out here chilling, having double the fun. I'm a premium flavor, you can't get on tap. Put my name in the center, a Hollywood map. Got the baseline bouncing like a trampoline.
Coming up next, my friends, as you can see, it is time for another first round matchup in the Kumite. As we are going to have, what can only be described as a hog fight. The Pitbull, Perry Heaton, about to clash with Big Ginger, Owen O'Rourke, to see who will advance to the second round of the very first ever CMV Kumite. We already saw a couple weeks back Carlos Corvo advance to the second round. Who will he be meeting? We're about to find out. This is a rivalry that's been going on for a couple months at this point between Cerberus and MAYHEM, trading victories against one another on both Shockwave and CMV live events. Now, the majority of the time, Cerberus has gotten the upper hand. Will that be the case once more here in the Kumite? Where again, The only way to win is to knock out your opponent or force them to say mate, which basically means I give up, I quit. No pinfalls, no submissions. Just a good, clean fight. Perry Heenan already been a busy boy. Saw him a bit earlier alongside Peter Thompson lay out the arsenal of Tilko Val. But his night's not over yet. He's got to contend with a very angry Big Ginger out to get Haim a massive dub. And don't forget, the finals of the Kumite will take place at Ascendance 14, and the winner will be crowned the very first ever CMV Kumite champion. It'll be Owen O'Rourke's very first Ascendance. Imagine if he could go down, he could make history. We saw just how brutal things got between Saburo Iwagami and Carlos Corvo in their first round matchup with the Kumite. There you see the rules again. No pinfalls, no submissions. You can only win by knocking your opponent out or forcing them to say mate, which I guess is technically a submission actually, but Perry Heenan, Owen O'Rourke, two very similarly built competitors, almost equal, pretty much, the exact same height. I would probably wager they're the same weight. About as equal of a fight as you're going to get in CMV, I think. I would say these very lucky fans are up close and personal, but as we saw during the match between Iwagami and Corvo, that's not necessarily the case. Owen O'Rourke tried to come out that gate like a bull being let loose, but Perry Heenan was ready for him. Drop kick followed up by the World Tag Team Champion. O'Rourke gets caught, popped up into the air. That's nearly 300 pounds, man. Getting tossed about like some pizza dough. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. As far as Owen O'Rourke is concerned, heart punch. Oh, there we go. No disqualifications either in the Kumite. The only way this one could end is by knockout, or one of these guys has to say mate. Another big slam on the kendo stick. I don't know if that's going to add very much damage, but certainly ain't going to tickle. Of course, Owen O'Rourke's tag team partner, Roderick Devaney, will also be competing in this Kumite. He will face Bob Luger in the first round. But I'm sure he's in the back right now, cheering on. His tag team partner will work out, going over the ring, grabbing himself a kendo stick. I guess the other one's not good enough. He ain't gonna knock it out of his hands though as he joins them at ringside. Oh, big sidewalk slam, and our final first round matchup with the Kumite will see Hunter Quinn take on the Bloody Brick Chris Andrews. And right now, though, torch rag neckbreaker on the floor. And it's referee's discretion, guys. He calls for the bell. If he thinks that one of these men can't continue, if there's a knockout. Mate, meanwhile, is pretty clear. Oh, man, O'Rourke. Power bomb! This is a little too close for comfort here, man. As the kendo stick puts it to use. Looks like he's targeting the ankles of Perry Heenan. And Heenan using his own body as a weapon. Now he's got that steel chair in hand, just thwacking O'Rourke repeatedly across the midsection. Gargantuan elbow just dropped on O'Rourke there like a bomb. Look at that steel chair dented, warped. After he didn't put it to use. Oh, on the floor, pile driver. And the referee watching closely, making sure to keep his distance. Last thing he wants to get caught between these two titans. Oh, O'Rourke trying to get himself amped up. Seems like he's got the support of these fans here in Mexico City. Rallying behind Big Ginger. Another elbow. Nope, that time. O'Rourke sensed it coming. Big old knee upside the head of the pit bull. Now, an arm trap forms the back of it. Now in MMA, that's illegal. But in the Kumite, anything goes. Throw now down onto the floor. These fans got to keep on moving around. These guys are taking a trip all the way around the ring. Turns him over. All Owen O'Rourke right now. Can he advance the second? Oh my God! Oh God! Oh! O'Rourke, where's he going? He got knocked over the barricade, and it looks like these two are going to meet up. Oh my God! They're going to battle out into the crowd. Big senton miss again, and now they're just fighting on top of the guys. There is no padding whatsoever over there. 100% concrete that they are fighting on top of. This side of that big punch. Oh, and Heenan's not done. He's going to try to force Owen O'Rourke to say Matei. Will Big Ginger say Matei? Will he give in? Heenan's got it locked in, man, but Big Ginger too powerful. Owen O'Rourke gets himself free, and there's the Harate Punch. Takes the arm, smashes it off the concrete. These madmen, barefoot to the face. Man, that's just nasty. Pulled into a neck breaker. This ref watching from afar. Looking for some more arm trap forearms to the back of the head, I think. Listeners hoping to get a road toenail of the eye. Where are they going, man? Just further and further away from the ring. They're fighting alongside the stage now here. Punch to the dick. No disqualifications. Oh, there it is again! The Celtic sword. Knocking Heenan up into the air. And Zaguri from the pit bull. Uh-oh. Is he going to look to lock it in again? Yes, he is. Going to drag O'Rourke to the bottom of the Thames. Will O'Rourke say Matei? Will O'Rourke give in? Will Perry Heenan advance in the Kumite? Ref could be a little bit closer. Oh, and O'Rourke, man, he's refusing to give in. This Irishman's got a lot of fight. As he goes behind, oh my God, German suplex. Another one. Bear in mind, on the concrete. Jesus, dude, and Heenan just gets right back up. Looking for another Celtic sword, but Heenan, what? Oh no, that's gonna do it, I think. Third time, locked in, and Owen O'Rourke gonna have no choice but to say Matei. Perry Heenan advances in the Kumite. Suffice to say, a lot of piss and vinegar between these two as they took the fight all the way up to the goddamn stage, fighting on concrete. But Heenan, look at the back of O'Rourke. Jesus, Heenan's back in the ring now. Yeah, he's going to be feeling that in the morning. There's no doubt about that. Gonna be more than just a crick in the neck, I think. Barry Hayden goes to the next round of the Kumite. He will meet Carlos Corvo in the second round. Good Lord, man.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah, boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get what I please. 2,000 for the bag, just to match the moody. Say I'm pretty, but I got an attitude. At the top, watch the bubbles rise up. Fill it up, never draining my cup. If you wanna ride, better change your lane, cause we driving fast and we making it rain. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah.
You are not seeing things, my friends. The one, the only George King returning to CMV and soon. But coming up next, there's a couple of guys who I think might actually get along with somebody like George King. A couple of fellow ass kickers in Toxic Company. Terrible Terry Dastardly Dallas, who I would wager probably enjoyed thoroughly seeing Owen O'Rourke get his ass handed to him by Perry Heaton there in the Kumite. But tonight, they are in, well, I mean, typically no matter where they go, they're in hostile territory. But especially so here in Mexico, as they'll be taking on a couple of luchadors in El Saltador and Relampago. Now El Saltador especially has got a bone that needs picking after Toxic Company gave both he and Nathan White a whooping they will not soon forget earlier this week. This after Nathan White found himself in, I think maybe the best case of wrong place, wrong time in CMV history, because Toxic Company were just coming to pick up their checks last week. And they passed by Nathan White in the parking garage, and they just felt like kicking some ass. And so Nathan White indeed found himself on the receiving end of quite a shellacking, courtesy of Terry and Dallas. But now he's found some backup. Has the white boy. Couple of luchadors gonna step up. El Saltador and Relampago. Relampago, of course, second generation superstar, the son of two of Lucha Libre Magica's biggest stars ever, coming off of his loss in the King of the Hill match this past weekend at Absolution, but looking to get back on track. And what a way to do so. I know that his mother and father are here in attendance. What an opportunity for them to see their boy in action. This should be a very interesting clash of styles here, to say the least. Toxic Company against El Saltador and Relampago with Nathan White in their corner. We're here in Mexico City, my friends. And still to come, got the Women's Tag Team Championship on the line. Let's Go Mighty Will Challenge. Resurgence. We also got the Global Champion Cam Harris in action, as well as our main event, Bob Luger will challenge Hector Flores for the Lucha Libre Magica World Championship. Suffice to say, Toxic Company had some not necessarily nice things to say about luchadors. I don't think I'm going to repeat anything that they did say, just for the sake of me not getting jumped here in Mexico City. But now El Saltador and Relampago for Lucha, looking to get some payback. Not to mention for Nathan White. Nice hold into it. Drop toe hold there. Now El Saltador using those claws of his, which I say should not be illegal, but I digress. Tag made to Relampago. What a performance in the King of the Hill match this past weekend, although he came up short. Again, Joey Bacon, our once again King of the Hill. Wasn't for lack of giving it his all. Big clobbering blows by Dallas, but broken up the pin by El Saltador. Irish Whip in the corner, nope, stopped. Big chop to the chest. Ooh, but Dallas able to get up that elbow. And snake eyes. Now, Toxic Company already banned from Japan. Are they going to be banned from Mexico as well? Again, after what they had to say about Lucha and Luchadors, I would not be surprised if perhaps this is their last time ever in Mexico. Woo! Incredible athleticism by the second generation superstar, the winner of the Reality of Wrestling Season 4, getting into the corner, nobody cannot. Counter by Dallas before. Oh, wait a minute, Nathan White. Talking some of that schmack from ringside. He just called Dallas bald. Unbelievable. Dallas could grow hair if he wanted to. Relampago, perhaps the newest honorary member of MAYHEM, after they held auditions for new members earlier this week. I don't know if he's necessarily 100% officially a member just yet, but well, apparently he gave Roderick Manny and Owen O'Rourke a peek under his mask, and he was so handsome that they really had no choice but to welcome him into the group. I find that hard to believe. If you were really so handsome, why would you hide your face behind a mask? Almost had Dallas beat right there to Relampago. Irish whip now into the corner. Tag made out of Saltador. These two making quite a team. Super kick. If Dallas did have hair, that might have knocked it right off his head. Tagged a terrible Terry. Big, greasy, and mean. Looks like a corpse. Don't tell him I said any of that. Irish whip into the corner. Oh, no, out on the ropes. Hangs on to Saltador. Terry with a back suplex onto the apron. Ooh, and careful, Nathan White gonna want to keep his distance here. Last Toxic Company finished what they started. Wrapped a chain around Nathan White's neck, dragged him behind their hogs. Which is, I'm pretty sure, I think, attempted murder. In most states, if not all. Saltador gonna get a little bit freaky with it. Irish whip. And the tag to Relampago. Thrown out is Terry into, what is this they're setting up for? Oh, a heart attack! Terry might actually have one of those very soon. Judging by the diet of Toxic Company, I think consists largely of fast food and light beer. EDT off the apron, the Chrome Dome of Dallas just getting clacked. And Pongo back into the ring, looks like he ain't done. Up off the top, rolling Pongo. Don't even know what the hell to call that. Oh, but Terry was not impressed. Kick to the knee. Woo, ducks the first one, there it is. Back in, Relampago. Maybe they're going to do it again. From the other side to Terry this time. Everybody getting some. Oh, but now Dallas is back up. Relampago wasting time showing off there. Might lead to his demise. No Tommy. Back into the ring at the count of 4. Dallas trying to overpower Relampago, get him into the corner. But gets distracted by El Saltador. Bringing Relampago's chance to try and recover. Takes a step back. We've seen this before from Relampago. That kick upside the head, but Dallas. Ooh, how about the reflexes? Into a roll-up. Kick out it too, trying to sneak in the back door and steal it. No luck there, as now the tag made to Terry. Terrible in every sense of the word. And able to get Relampago into the corner though. Oh, and some true lucha things. Into the pin. Uno, dos, but no tres. Dallas breaking it up just in the nick of time. Now from Retro, frog splash. Not necessarily how I've ever seen a frog splash connected before. Hooks the neck too. Did you see that? That's rare to see someone hook the neck. Terry still able to kick out. Want to get him into the corner. Terry too strong still. Oh, elbows upside the head. Can he get him into the corner? Toxic Company. No, he could not. Relampago. And pulled out again. Just can't contend with the Lucha Tings. I would love to see Terry try to pull that move out. Now that would be a sight. You know, you put him on top, but Terry gonna get the hell out of there. Nice shot of Salvador's ass. As Terry tells Relampago to suck it before delivering that big old back out. Relampago ain't gonna take that. Big drop kick. Knocking Terry back. That Irish whip though. Terry, another back elbow. This time, follows up with a snap. There's some retro European up against the back of the head. Tag made down Salvador. They try to outmaneuver Terry, sends him out onto the apron. Big punch. Big punch again. Third punch, no, denied. Terry slow though, getting back into the ring. That gives Salvador opening. How about the power of El Salvador? Dropping Terry face first there on the top turnbuckle. And now, again, get a little bit super freak style Irish whip into the corner. These elbows from Terry are something nasty, man. Distraction by Nathan White, though, allows the tag and win to Relampago. And where is he going? Saw something at ringside. Takes advantage. Big drop kick, knocking Terry up against the ropes. Terry thought Salvador was still legal. Trying to rip off that arm. Terry. Doing his best trying to put a lid on these luchadors. Makes the tag now to Dallas. He's got that chain, you can see, wrapped around his belt. That same chain that he used to drag Nathan White behind his hog. Could have killed him. Obviously enjoying a much more slow, hard-hitting pace. As we've seen the luchadors trying to turn things up to 10. So far it's worked them. It's starting to break down though late into this match. Punch to the gut. Dallas not reacting quickly enough though. Quick elbow. Can't get him into that corner though. Refuses to go into that corner. And you start to see the bruises, the welts forming across the back of Relampago. Tag to Terry. Uh-oh. Toxic company. Gonna get toxic up in this bitch. Almost putting the kick through the canvas. Oh, come on! And the dirty pin! Oh, what? Relampago, how in the name of Lucha did he just kick out of that? But look at Terry now. Headbutt from Retro. That's gotta do it. Relampago with his heart on display. I mean, we're here in Mexico. His parents are in attendance. No! He's going to give it his all, but I'll tell you what, he needs to make a tag. If this lasts another couple of seconds, there ain't no way he kicks out again. If Toxic Company can hit another big move. Ass bust out. La lucha, lucha, lucha! Mistake, if you ask me, to not make the tag. Salto was got the opportunity. Pago's hurt. You can tell he's hurt. That ain't gonna stop him. Run across that top rope. Boom! Directly to the face. And now the setup perfect. Relampago from the top with that Phoenix splash. but no, Dallas knew it was coming. And a back suplex. Drops him on his neck. Slow approach by Dallas. He makes the tag to Terry. Water wheel neck breaker. And Terry looks like he maybe was looking to go for the pin, but it's Nathan White again doing all that he can from ringside to help out these luchadors. I'm afraid it might be for naught, though. Well, then Pongo looks like he doesn't know where the fuck he is right now. Perhaps driving on instinct. Will that alone be enough? Looks like maybe Terry's arm is hurt. Gives Roland Pongo an opening he's going to take. Tries for a kick. Terry counters the counter, and it'll break your neck foundation. Can Roland Pongo do it? Uno, dos. No tres. Roland Pongo trying. Terry in that corner every time Terry counters. To take his goddamn head off. Cheers Nathan White again. Terry just can't ignore that shirt. Nobody can. That shirt's so goddamn loud, it's impossible. But once again, I appreciate Nathan trying. I just don't think it's going to do all that much good in the end. Well, and Pongo looking like some roadkill. Oh, man. What a brute that was. Tag to Dallas. And Dallas with his over-the-shoulder shot. Oh, trying to pull off the mask. Dallas trying to pull off Roland Pongo's mask. Maybe we'll see how handsome he is. And that's just going to piss Roland Pongo off. Going to use that anger as Dallas. Use it against him. Spine buster. And Nathan White can't even hardly look. 1, 2, 3. Toxic Company. Get the win. Dallas went for the mask. It sent Roland Pongo over the top. And Dallas used that anger against him to pick up the win. Well done by Toxic Company. We gotta like them. But goddamn, people sleep on how smart Toxic Company really are. In the ring. Not in general. Specifically in the ring. And listen, they better get out of here. I'll tell you what, we're going to have a riot on our hands if Toxic Company don't get out of here as quickly as they came.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah, boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get what I please. 2,000 for the bag, just to match the mood. He say I'm pretty, but I got an attitude. At the top, watch the bubbles rise up. Fill it up, never draining my cup. If you wanna ride,
Well, as our security does their best to try to get Toxic Company out of here before they are mobbed by these fans in Mexico City, it is time for our tertiary mid event. Let me just sip my jarrito before this one gets underway. Oh yeah, baby. Women's Tag Team Championship on the line. As still to come, we got Global Champion Cam Harris in action, as well as our main event, Bob Luger challenging Hector Flores for the Lucha Libre Magical World Championship. But before we get to that, Danielle Davis and Ashley Rain, fresh off of their hard-fought victory this past weekend in San Juan against Crystal Violet and Apathy, a street fight that was certainly just that. Now looking to do what they never could in their first run as a tag team, and that's win the Women's Tag Team Championship. These two were involved in the match to crown the inaugural Women's Tag Team Champions so many years ago. Well, now they've got their shot, reunited, and it feels so good. Well, unless you're Resurgence. Danielle Davis called out for this match, looking to get some retribution for her fiance, Blake Virtue. And of course, we saw last episode of Octave that huge no DQ elimination tag team match in which Cassidy Vice eliminated Danielle Davis and put down her own brother, Blake Virtue. And of course, alongside Cassidy Vice is the third ever Queen of the Hill. This past weekend at Absolution, Ileana Summers beating out 5 other women to earn her shot at World Championship Gold come Ascendance 14. But it's the Women's Tag Team Championship she ought to be worried about here in Mexico City. Women's Tag Team Championship. Ashley Rain and Danielle Davis, let's go, mighty the challengers. Of course, Ashley Rain has won with every single championship that she could here in CMV. She's a former Women's Tag Team Champion. Danielle Davis has never held Tag Team Championship gold. But imagine what a notch this would be in the belt of Resurgence for Ileana Summers and Cassidy Vice to say they defeated a future Hall of Famer and a Hall of Famer to retain their Tag Team Championship. So here we go, Ashley Rain gonna get things started against Ileana Summers. Our tertiary main event. As Rain immediately sends Summers into the corner, trying to make a super fast tag. Danielle Davis, but instead half Nelson backbreaker on the Russian Vixen, our Queen of the Hill. Makes an early tag of her own to Cassidy Vice. Ashley Rain picking Danielle Davis up, dusting off her shoulders, getting her back into the ring. And as we saw this past weekend of Ferocity, Davis back to 100%. And even Rain almost seemed a little bit surprised when she called out Resurgence for this championship match. Gonna make the most of it. Tag made to the Queen of the Ring, the Queen of the Hill. Look at the teamwork. Let's go, mighty. Immediately popped up. Grabbed by the back of the head, dragged off into the corner. Blake Virtue, I'm sure, watching on and very proud of his fiancée. Goes behind his Ileana, eats an elbow right to the side of the head. Rose drops down. Leapfrog. Not able to react quick enough, and that gives Ileana the opening. Lethal strikes. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Ileana might just be the most lethal striker in all of CMV today. I'm speaking men and women. I don't know if there's another that kicks harder than the Russian Vixen. There might be nobody more brutal than Cassidy Vice. I mean, look what she did to her own brother in that no disqualification elimination tag team match. Dumped a bag of tacks on his face and then kneed him right in his face to get the win. And Danielle for her Bay, popping off like who's stronger here in Mexico City. Women's Tag Team Championship on the line, though. That means championship advantage is in play. Lest we forget that. Lest Danielle Davis forget that. Let's Go Mighty cannot win the titles by count out or disqualification, have to pin or submit Resurgence in the ring to leave Mexico City with the gold. Big to the gut, gets caught, spins her out, knee to the face. To retain, will it be enough? Just a 2 count. Irish whip now into the quarter. The last part of town that Danielle Davis wants to be in, gets herself out. Uh-oh. Danielle. Got to be careful, though. She could get disqualified here. The 2-time Women's World Champion, the first ever Divine Champion. Tag made to Ashley Rain. Some more great teamwork by Let's Go Mighty. Look how fast. How crisp. And Rain now, Irish whip. Off the ropes on the rebound. Hip toss. Nothing over about it. And impressive nonetheless. Vice trying to get the hell out of there. Gonna make the tag to Ileana. Rain allows it. Big clothesline. Rain, of course, no stranger to Resurgence. He dealt with them at the start of this season. Danielle Davis in, Cassidy Vice down on the outside. This could be prime opportunity for Let's Go Mighty. And Danielle Davis knows it. Oh, Vice back up now. Danielle still going to charge ahead. Ileana able to get out of the way. Oh, come on. Pokes the eyes of Davis. Just out of instinct alone, though, hits the elbow. Is it enough? No, Ileana kicks up, so even Cassidy got a bit worried there. Ileana trying to get to the ropes, desperate act. Steady gets put into the corner. Danielle Davis going to take a step back. Incredible athleticism. And again. Hip attack. And the curtsy to Cassidy Westbrook. And Danielle wants Cassidy. She allows the tag made. Danielle Davis wants to get hands on her, well, soon-to-be sister-in-law. And that might have been a mistake. Knee to the face to retain. But Ashley Rain breaks it up at 1. Ileana can look to make her pay. Ashley counters, though, sends her out of the ring. Vice. I'm going to send right into the corner. The referee's having none of this. Rain's got to get out of there before she's disqualified. Oh, headbutt, man. I felt that. Somebody got to get me some Tylenol. Almost the midsection by Vice, except referee's being lenient. Not going to count out right here. Vice drags Davis into the corner. Oh, gets distracted by Rain, though. That could be what Danielle Davis needs. Still not enough. Andrew Briggs. Style, knee to the face, pulled into that short arm clothesline, but Davis gonna make a beeline for the corner. Decides not to tag in Rain. So fixated on her hatred for Cassidy Vice, it could cost Let's Go Mighty here. Vice off the top, dropkick into the flatliner. Resurgence like a well-oiled machine. Handing moonsault into the pin to retain the Women's Tag Team Championship. A kick out at 2.5. Frustrated Vice. Summers put the tags made. Hang on. Down through the floor. Resurgence on top right now. And Ray with a Furakita Rana, more of a head scissors. Woo! What a kick. And again, Let's Go Mighty and Daniel Davis. Into a crossface. Not falls kind of anywhere. Daniel Davis not the legal competitor anyway, but Ring going to throw Summers back into the ring. She knows that's the only way that she and Danielle Davis can walk out here as the Women's Tag Team Champions. Got to pin or submit Summers in the ring. Catches the kick, turns it into a Dragon Screw. Irish whip, no, says Rain. Drop kick to the face, gonna knock Summers down out of the corner. And a quick pin by Ring to try to take it. So close, but not close enough. Not playing around as Ashley Rain. And neither is Summers. I don't know who she's fighting right now. Fighting the ghosts here. Fighting her inner demons. Not the time to do so. Perfect setup! Sliced oranges! Are they gonna do it? No, Vice, god damn it. And Rain will try to send Vice packing the elbows to the gut. Rain stays focused. On a legal woman, that's Ileana Summers. All that wasted time there, though, gives Summers her chance. The counter now. Ooh, sends Rain into Davis, knocks her down to the outside. What's this? What is this? Oof. Brother. Guillotine leg drop knocks Rain down to the floor. Davis getting some of that vitriol as well. But the Queen of the Ring takes out the Queen of the Hill. That gives Rain her chance to get back to her feet. Try to get her back into the ring, but a lot of counters. They have it to the count of 20. Already up to 7 as Ashley connected some kicks to the leg. And again, going to send her back into the ring. The Hall of Famer not playing around. Rallying these fans here in Mexico City. Ring going to try to get her into the corner, but Ileana counters the Irish whip, big knee attempt. No, Ring gets out of the way from behind now. Russian leg sweep. Ileana desperately might set herself up. Tag! Wait, no! What the hell is Rain doing? Davis gonna give her some room to operate. Ileana's fighting back though. Ileana's fighting back. Oh no! Way up top! Elbow! 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 Rain! Super Poison Rana! Pin her, Rain! Pin her, Rain! Uno! Dos! Tres! Women's Tag Team Champions. Let's Go Mighty have done it. What they could never do in their first run as a tag team. And that has become Women's Tag Team Champions. Let's Go Mighty, ladies and gentlemen. Your new Women's Tag Team Champions. Someone get them a wet cloth to wipe off that R. What a moment for these two here in Mexico City. And to think just a few short weeks ago, Danielle Davis was in a rut, depressed, unsure of how to continue here in CMV, and now a champion once again.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get what I please. 2,000 for the bag, just to match the mood. He say I'm pretty, but I got an attitude. Pop the top, watch the bubbles rise up. Fill it up, never draining my cup. If you wanna ride, better change your lane, cause we driving fast and we making it rain. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor.
Well, congratulations once again to Let's Go Mighty, our new Women's Tag Team Champions. But the show is not over, my friends. It's our co-main event coming up next. Of course, still our main event to go. Bob Luger challenging Hector Flores for the Lucha Libre Magical World Championship. But how about a congratulations to Cam Harris, still the global champion. Indeed, this past weekend in San Juan, the main event of Absolution, Cam Harris once more successfully defending his global championship against a game Quantum Man. What a match. And of course now Quantum, keeping to his word, he can never challenge for a world championship ever again here in CMV. But despite that post-match, the two sharing a handshake. Respect from the Hall of Famer Quantum to the Sin City Savior, who now looks toward Ascendance 14, live from Madison Square Garden, New York City. But the problem for a man like Cam Harris, well, more than one problem, is not only do you have Alan Montoya walking around with that Climb to Fame contract, he can cash in whenever he wants to for a championship match with Cam Harris. But then you've also got Joey Bacon, the King of the Hill, who could very well choose to face Cam Harris at Ascendance 14. And, oh, again, Harris, that's the last thing that he wants, doing his best to convince Joey Bacon to choose Schmitty in the CMV Championship, as we saw on social media earlier this week. Let's not also forget There is still a whole lot of time between now and Ascendance 14. Anything can happen. It's not a guarantee that Cam Harris will walk in to Madison Square Garden as global champion. Especially not with this roster we've got right now. And so many top contenders wanting that gold for themselves. Giving me a chance to finish my Janitos. Tonight, however, or rather this afternoon, more appropriately, Cam Harris here in Mexico City going to be facing a different kind of challenge as he takes on Lucha Libre Magica's Payaso Loco. Much like La Sombra faced off against Divine Champion Brina Story earlier, this is a great opportunity for Loco on the part of Lucha Libre Magica to score a huge upset win. And at this point, we've seen Payaso Loco a couple of times. Suffice to say, a very bizarre individual, even more unpredictable in that ring. It was just a couple of days ago that alongside 8 Ball, Payaso Loco challenged the future of flight for the Lucha Libre Magica World Tag Team Championship unsuccessfully. Imagine now if Loco could knock off the global champion here in Mexico City. So here we go, Payaso Loco, global champion Cam Harris, one-on-one. And of course, coming up next, Bob Luger will challenge Hector Flores, the Lucha Libre Magical World Championship. Harris able to overpower Loco. Back into the corner, will tie up though. This time, Loco able to go behind him. Wrenching on the waistlock, he's got cinched in. But a nice snapmare counter into a reverse chin lock now by the Sin City Savior. Loco trying to get to his feet, now trapped in an armbar. Quick thinking, great reaction time by Harris. Attempted to ground this clown early on. Almost national trajectory, quickly tossing in the corner. Great ring awareness exhibited by Loco. As he puts Harris up at the top. Damn, getting crazy pretty early on here, but Harris says not so fast. Double leg takedown now into the full mount open palm strikes. Loco doing a good job of defending himself. Harris got him in the sights though. How much momentum Harris has been building up these last couple of months. Not looking to allow it to be tarnished here at the hands of Payaso Loco. Not with Ascendance so close. A stank on that elbow. Into the pin, trying to put him away nice and early here, but a kick out of one. Another pin. A dirty pin. That doesn't even get a 1 count. Harris does not want to play around with Pedazo Loco, apparently. Inverted atomic drop, discus clothesline follows up. Kick to the chest, and a very Dante Tatum-esque rolling sunset flip powerbomb into the pin, but a kick out at 2. Who will Cam Harris, if he does make it to Ascendance 14, be standing across the ring from with the Global Championship on the line? Might it be Joey Bacon? Oh, Jaeger bomb! Harris would certainly hope not. Big leg drop. Loco trying to get the hell out of there. Back to the circus. Goes behind. Dropping him right down on the floor. Harris is showing I don't even know the proper word. That man's relentless out there. He is beating, again, part of my, I guess I should say Spanish here in Mexico City, but the shit out of Pedazo Loco. 1, 2, 3, and gets him. Cam Harris with a dominant victory against Pedazo Loco here. Oh my God. The workhorse Jeremy Barmore is stepping up. I told you it's a long time between now and Ascendance. A lot of hungry challengers, a lot of sharks. But damn, I would more appropriately call Jeremy Barmore a whale. And he is looking Cam Harris in the eyes and throwing down the challenge. Doesn't look like Harris is backing down either.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah, boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get what I please. 2,000 for the bag, just to match the moody. Say I'm pretty, but I got an attitude. At the top, watch the bubbles rise up. Fill it up, never draining my cup.
Well, a nice little reunion between former stablemates there as Jeremy Barmore challenges Cam Harris to a global championship match. And again, it didn't seem to me like the Sin City Savior was tucking tail. What a match that could potentially be, but what a match we've got here in our main event, my friends. Live from Mexico City. And Bob Luger challenging Hector Flores for the Lucha Libre Magico World Championship. This after Luger has spent the last month breaking the arms of multiple Lucha Libre Magico talent. First it was Lion Boy, then El Burro Azul, and then he tried to do it to Nitro Dragon, but was stopped by Hector Flores. The Lucha Libre Magico World Champion swooped in, made the save, as Luger has waged war against Lucha and used Hector Flores' anger against him. Flores wanting to get his hands so badly on Luger for what he has done to his friends. Luger said the only way I'll meet you in the ring, though, is if you put your championship on the line. As Flores walked directly into Luger's trap here on Shockwave number 174. We're about to find out. The second generation superstar. A man who has already successfully defended that Lucha Libre Magical World Championship here in CMV. Did it against Talon Sucio Renampado back at Wildcard. But this is Bob Luger, more dangerous than we have ever seen him before, and that is saying something. Like I said, has Bob Luger dug the hole, has he covered it with leaves? Will Hector Flores walk right into his trap here in our main event? Flores will be lucky if all he loses is his championship. That's what it's all about, the prestigious Lucha Libre Magical World Championship. Bob Luger, no respect in any kind of way for Lucha or what it represents. As Hector Flores carrying a lot of pressure, I'm sure, on his shoulders coming into this match. He's not just fighting to retain his championship, but fighting for the pride of Mexico, the pride of Lucha. For his friends, for Lime Boy, for El Borron Azul. So here we go, Lucha Libre Magico World Championship. Bob Luger, Hector Flores in our main event here in Mexico City. And you know Luger is going to go for that cross armbar, something Hector Flores has hopefully prepared for. But we're about to find out. Immediately Luger shoots for the wheel kick, but Flores instead gets him with a falling drop kick. You can feel the tension between these two. The hatred. This is a straight up one-on-one match for the Lucha Libre Magical World Championship. That means countouts, disqualifications are in effect. Luger already working out that cross arm bar. Flores got to get out of this. Great takedown. Bob Luger, who is easily one of the greatest technical wrestlers in all of CMV history, right up there with the likes of Jay Young and Dave Turner. Luger going to the top. Big risk to take so early on, man's on his hip, or so it looked like. Don't typically see Luger go off the top rope a whole lot, and there's why. Back body drop, gonna knock him down to the floor. Again, count outs in effect. They have until 20 to get back into the ring. As Flores goes for the leg of Luger, foot DDT. And now he's gonna go on the top. This is a much bigger risk. Will it pay off for the defending champion, Hector Flores? No, Luger, oh my God, caught him midair into a bridging reverse package power bomb. Brett Angel-esque. And Luger back to work on the arms. Like I said, he's not just looking to take the Lucha Libre Magical World Championship, looking to take Hector Flores' arm as well. He's collecting them at this point. You go to Bob Luger's house, you're going to see a trophy cabinet containing the arms of Lime Boy and of El Borron Azul and of Shaq, even. Into the pin, kick out at one. Double boot stop to the arm. You see Flores in a world of pain already. Not doing it. Get enough job protecting himself. Comes down behind. Look at a big punch to the back of his head. We're coming back out of with elbows to the midsection. or dragging him off into the corner. He's got an arm, but I got to be careful with a 5 count. Luger only has till 5 to let go before he's disqualified, and he can't win the championship that way. He must pin or submit Hector Flores in the ring. He lets go just in time. Flores has been busted open. Irish whip in the corner, big forearm. Luger trying to hang on, gets ripped out of the corner into a pin to retain the Lucha Libre Magical Championship. And more than that, protect the honor of Lucha Libre. Beautiful springboard DDT. Flores looking for the gory special, gory bomb to retain. Lucky that the ref saw that. Great wherewithal by Luger to get the rope break, but again, we're just lucky the referee's actual shot. Frog splash, no! Might not do much good in the long run, it seems. Kicks out. And might that have been Hector Flores' best chance at retaining the Lucha Libre Magical World Championship here. Woo! Flores! Like the Luger's eyes, where Lucha Libre Magical Champion's not backing down. Luger's hitting him hard. Flores hitting him right back. Slap across the face, no respect. Only piss and vinegar here between these two. Luger trying to egg him on, trying to lure him into that trap. Got the arm. Luger, stop. On the bicep, and now the work ethic tie-in. Look at him break the arm of Hector Flores. Middle of the ring. Cross arm bar cinched in. Will Flores tap and give up everything? Flores fighting to survive. But can he get out? Yes, yes. But the damage is done. The arm is hurt. Hanging on by a thread. And Luger says, where do you think you're going? Catches him now. Cody Island Cyclone. 1, 2, 3, Bob Luger. Hector Flores refused to quit. He refused to surrender. But Bob Luger wasn't about to let him get away that easily. Your new Lucha Libre Magica World Champion, Bob Luger. Flores got out of the cross arm bar, but immediately was caught with the Coney Island Cyclone. And just like that, all of Mexico sheds a tear, and Luger loves it. Give him his belt.